people. Welcome to our podcast show for this week. I remain my humble self, Adejoke Akolabi. And in the studio today, I'm with the special guest. Do you remember that I said we are still bringing back one of our guests to the show? So here with me, we have Barrister Joshua in the building. Welcome.
Okay.
Introduce yourself once again.
Hi, how are you? My name is Joshua. Nice being with you today.
Okay. So thank you for coming. Although the money I paid was triple, but we still have a lot to learn from you. So
Yeah, when you need the lawyer to pay.
take care. The last time you came, you made mention that all land in the state is vested with the governor of that state. So now my question is, when a citizen of Nigeria acquires land legally, what title would he or she be said to have over the land?
Very well. That's a good question. Rephrasing what I said last week, just like I said, in line with the Land Use Act, all lands in the state, within the territory of the state, is vested in the governor of that state, who is to hold things in trust and manages it for the benefit of each citizen. So now, with respect to your question, all land in the state is vested in the government, who is to hold the trust and has decided for the welfare of the citizens. So when the citizen acquires the land, what he or she will say to have is the legal right to use, occupy and enjoy that land. For instance, when you get the CFO, the duration is basically we have just call it the useful interest for 99 years, and on the expiration of that 99 years, you have to go for a renewal. So basically, in summary, when someone acquires a land as a citizen, what the person acquires is right to use, occupy and enjoy that land. Thank you. It's not an absolute right, you understand, because the governor of that state is still the one who is in charge of all the land that is in the state, in line with section 1 of land use. All land in the state is vested in the governor of that state. Thank you.
So after 99 years, so we can now go for
renewal of the certificate of occupancy, which will be issued when you acquire land legally from the government. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sir. So when someone buys a land from a real estate company like EUC Homes, for an example, what's the different title documents that will be given to the person?
Very well. You see, I keep talking about the issue of proper documentation. You understand? When you don't have good documentation, it is tantamount to not having a title to land. For instance, there are many real estate companies. I don't know what they do there, but you have to actually check with a reliable one. At least real estate is a good reliable, because I've gone through their documentation. So when you acquire a property from a real estate company, you should be able to get a sale agreement, a deed of sublease, a survey plan, and deed of assignment. And these 4 documents are key. A sale agreement, deed of assignment, sublease. For some estates like this, you want to use this estate management and conduct rules, which stipulates the rules that bind both the company and the prospective buyer of that land.
So my 3 question is, what is the difference between part payments and deposits in land transaction?
Alright, that's a good question. Like I said before now, that's the essence of having a lawyer when you want to embark on a property transaction. You use a lawyer to understand. For instance, part payment and deposit are 2 different concepts used in property transaction, and they mean 2 different things, and I will explain. Deposit just imply a serious commitment from the intending buyer that, oh, see, I'm serious, I want to buy this your property. so you don't go and give it to another person. You understand? Or it's a commitment, a serious commitment from the buyer, showing his seriousness in sealing that deal. And generally, it does not form part of the payment, except if the deal finally goes through. Then that deposit will now be counted as the overall purchase price. And again, one last thing you need to know is that if the buyer defaults, you understand, if after making deposit and he defaults, the purchaser is not entitled to refund him. This is where the duty of the lawyer comes in. For instance, if I'm a lawyer and my client wants to buy a property, I will tell him to make that payment as part payment and not as deposit. Reason being that if my client fails to complete the transaction, you understand, he will not be entitled to refund of his deposit. But if I had advised him to agree with the seller that see, I want to make this payment as part payment. In the event of default, depending on the agreement of the parties, my client will be entitled to refund because he made the payment as part payment and not as deposit. So generally, part payment is refundable depending on the agreement of the parties. Deposit is generally not refundable. Part payment forms part of the overall purchase price in the event that the transaction goes through. Of course, the transaction should go through because if you made part payment, you've already paid part. In fact, you started paying, you understand? But deposit is just a mere serious commitment that see, I want to buy this your land. Please don't sell it to anybody. Thank you.
Alright, so thank you so much, sir. C of O lasts for how many years?
Alright, that's a good question. Like I said before now, all land in line with Section 1 of the Land Use Act is vested in the owner of that state, who owns same and administers it for the welfare of its citizens. So, when you get the land, you are being issued the C of O. It's basically, I would say, it's a leasehold interest that lasts for a duration of 99 years, subject to renewal upon expiration. For instance, since the governor or the land within the territory of the state is vested in the governor, when you acquire a land from the government, he will issue you the C of O, known as certificate of occupancy. That certificate of occupancy is not an absolute ownership. That is why it has duration. It lasts for 99 years. And at the end of that 99 years, you go for renewal. So basically, I would say C of O lasts for 99 years, renewal upon expiration. Thank you.
Thank you so much. But I learned a lot because for me, I don't know that part payment and deposit are different in according to law. And I know that my audience too, they will have know the difference between part payment and deposit. So thank you so much, Barrister, for coming to our podcast show. We really appreciate you. So to our viewers, the only thing I want you all to do is to like, share, comment, ask questions, drop reviews. See you same time, same channel next week. Bye.